A year ago, my world flipped on its head and I found out that I have a secret long lost sister who's like 42 or 43 now, I don't know. I uploaded an entire YouTube video about that you should definitely go check out because it is insane. This is me kind of giving you guys like the 1 year update on the entire situation. Guys, I wish I could start my video the way that I started the other one with We Are Family playing, but little did I know. In all my years of YouTube, I have never seen this happen. I was in such a rush to upload that video when I was uploading it. I poured my blood, sweat, and tears into that video and I didn't ground myself for a second. I didn't calm down for a second before uploading it. And I deadass didn't notice the fact that it was entirely demonetized because of We Are Family. It showed this error that I've never seen before where you can't replace the song with anything. It was just hilarious in the moment because I was like, you know what? Me opening up to this extent to the internet about such an insanely deep, dark, personal family thing publicly, at least I'll be able to pay my rent with this. No. So I think one of the first things that I have to update you guys on is that one of the things I've taken away from this entire experience, one of the things I've learned is that you need to slow the fuck down sometimes. I get a lot of messages constantly from people asking me if Jennifer's called me yet, which is another thing that I fucked up on in that video and didn't realize I left in before it went live. I spent so much time bleeping my sister's name out, editing voices, censoring things, making sure that I was keeping everybody's identity and name safe. I spent 9 months thinking about that video. What did I do? Accidentally left my sister's name in that video too. So when I started getting those comments, it got to a point where I received so many so fast that I was like, chat, I'm cooked. It's already out there. Y'all already know her name is Jennifer. And you know what? You guys knowing what her name is kind of made it more fun. The Jennifer jokes go hard, unfortunately. I feel like that was like a sign from the universe that like you guys needed to have that information. Like some of you guys start hashtags in my comment sections now about Jennifer. Like it's funny. I just wanted to sit down with you guys today and catch up, let you know where I'm at mentally a year later because last week was the 1 year of me finding out about Jennifer. And the 1 year really, it hurt. It hurt. I just want to say thank you guys so fucking much for the reaction and the response that you gave me with that video. The first 72 hours of that video being uploaded was a lot. I honestly slept for 3 days straight after that video went live because I feel like a huge weight was lifted off my shoulders. And I also was really shocked by how many of you could relate to that video. I don't think anything could have prepared me for how many of you said that you also had secret siblings, or that video either led you to finding out that you have a secret sibling or it led you to a BPD diagnosis as well. I just received thousands of comments and thousands of DMs of you guys pouring your heart and soul out to me about what you've been through and what that video meant to you. I fucking wish I could respond to every single one of you guys because I have read everything. I'm saying directly to you if you have sent me any type of message regarding that video. Thank you so fucking much. That video and that story, that is my real life. That is a massive part of who I am day to day right now. So it's not something that I'm going to talk about once and then like sweep under the rug, especially on my YouTube channel. Uploading that video actually healed a part of me that I didn't think was going to be healed anytime soon. And it was one of the most therapeutic parts of this entire thing. As I go through some of the questions that you guys had for me and just responding to a lot of the comments on my last video, I do want to take a second to thank the sponsor of today's video, which is BetterHelp, because BetterHelp has been a huge part of the personal growth I've been experiencing and how I'm just really proud of myself for the positive updates that I have to share on this journey. I've been a little bit more sensitive than normal lately, especially with it being the 1 year mark of finding out about my sister. And when the 1 year anniversary passed, I was texting Sarah the day of it and I was like, you're never gonna believe what today is the 1 year of. I definitely was feeling some type of way a little bit, but I also, at the end of the day, am just so proud of myself and how far I've come in the past year. I am in a much different place than I was a year ago, and a year ago I wasn't in therapy, but BetterHelp helped me realize how important it is to have a therapist that will listen, ask questions, and help you see things from new perspectives, which boy, I needed help with. Therapists give you advice and techniques and tools to make positive changes in your life, and BetterHelp is on a mission to make starting therapy easier. All you have to do is fill out a questionnaire on their website and you will get matched with a therapist in as little as a few days. You can easily switch therapists at any time if it's not the right fit at no extra cost. And with over 7,000 reviews and a 4.3 rating on Trustpilot, BetterHelp is a platform that you can trust. Going to therapy is a sign of strength, not a sign of weakness, and I just urge you guys to always remember that. I felt really empowered when I started my therapy journey again because I knew that I was doing something for myself that was only going to turn me into a better person in the long run. And once again, looking at where I was a year ago right now versus where I am in this moment really makes me emotional. Right now, you guys can get 10% off your first month with BetterHelp by going to betterhelp.com/caitlynrae. I'm gonna have the link in the description for you to click. And once again, that's 10% off by visiting betterhelp.com/caitlynrae. And even if you can't relate to what I'm talking about right now, there are so many different types of life changes that you can really benefit by talking to a therapist through. There are so many things every day that we all face that can negatively or positively affect our mental health, and it's really important to keep ourselves in check and have outside sources to talk to about the things that are going on in our lives. It's not good to bottle it all up, and I've learned that from experience. Thank you so much again to BetterHelp for sponsoring this video and for being a part of this journey with me. And now let's get back into the video. Let's just answer the big question first and foremost. Did Jennifer end up calling me? No. To this day, she has not called me. I can't say I'm surprised. It's really unfortunate. I wish things weren't that way. As the Backstreet Boys said, I want it that way, not this way, that way. I just saw the Backstreet Boys in Vegas last weekend. They've been together longer than I've been alive. So there's a part of me where in moments like that, I kind of make jokes about it, but I'm like, wow, my older sister would probably love to be a part of this right now. She's 42 or 43. She probably grew up loving the Backstreet Boys. I wish I could show you guys pictures of her, because when she was like 10, 15 years younger, she literally just looks like me. Her entire closet, her entire aesthetic was Y2K to the max. The amount of pictures I found of her in all the Y2K tank tops with like the lace and the stars and the star earrings, the jewelry, everything that I grew up loving. Yeah, something like being at the Backstreet Boys just made me kind of sad because I can't even begin to process still all the things that we missed out on doing together and continue to miss out on doing together. Do I think she's ever gonna call? Great question. Wouldn't be surprised if she didn't. The way the situation has been handled for the past year too, like I told you guys in the last video, I come from a very avoidant family. You can pick up what I'm putting down, but I am not a fan of how things were handled even in the last year. And it's like, it's taken a lot for me to come to terms with and to find peace in. Being gaslit for so long is truly cruel. I'm sorry you lived that. The woman who left that terrible comment is miserable, though I'm glad she helped you connect to your sister. My aunt who left that comment, she is the most miserable person I know of. I got a few comments from people saying like, why would she do that? Why would she say that? Why would she talk to you like that? It's hard to explain why a family member would talk to you that way unless you have a family member like that. There's just people in life sometimes that truly want to hurt you. She knew damn well that I didn't know about this. So even her wording, she was just taking the opportunity to make it hurt as much as she possibly could. She's been trying to get my attention on so many different social media platforms for years. And no, you are definitely gifted. Please consider looking into tools to protecting yourself. Others' energy can be so overwhelming. I'm still struggling with that, just completely. I sometimes just don't even know what to do because other people's energy is so overwhelming that I think this next chapter of my life, as I get my health under control too, I'm gonna be trying to find a lot of new tools and ways to ground myself. My nervous system is fucking destroyed. I honestly don't even know where to begin to heal that. And I am starting to wonder if I need to live alone because Jack is the best roommate in the entire fucking world and I love him. I think it's good for me to be living with somebody because doing my job online, I'm not really around too many people. So it's nice when Jack comes back home. It's nice to have that company if either of us want it. But there is a part where he's known me for almost 11 years now and he knows how to like exist around me. There's a certain way that you have to approach me, especially if you're living with me, to like not startle me. There's certain noises that I can't handle because I scream or like I just have a full out of control body reaction to things. I feel like I'm just always on edge. There was even instances at Coachella where like I was with some of my guy friends and fireworks went off. My reaction to them was so visceral and humiliating that I'm like, I can't even handle loud noises past a certain point, and I'm so easily startled that where do I even begin? Do I need to be completely fucking alone and in complete silence and in complete control of my space? Is that what needs to happen next in this healing journey for me? I'm very scared of that. I don't want that to be the case. I think because I'm so scared of living alone, that probably is what I need to do next. Your sister never had a childhood with you, so her daughter became the version of little you she never got to experience. Yeah. Someone said, what the hell is wrong with this lady? She must have some crazy jealous beef with your mother, because who talks to their niece they haven't seen in 10+ years like that? Bingo. It's exactly what it is. Also, it's my mom's sister. I'm not sure if I clarified that. Once again, so many people said that they could relate to this video and that they just found out that they had secret siblings. It's just insane the amount of people that relate to this, because when I was getting ready to make this video, the fact that the only video I could find on this topic was from Oprah, it just validates the gut feelings that I had for so long that I needed to make this video. Even the second I found out about everything, I was like, I need to make this video. There's no option. The immediate ice cream ordering text. No, the way that Sarah and I just locked in on ice cream after finding out that I have a sister, actually fucking hilarious. Like, I don't know how that day went from me wanting to go to the Jeep dealership to then finding out I have a sister, going to Sarah's while I'm still on the phone with my mom, giving Sarah my salt and straw order. What the fuck was that? The way that Sarah was there from you from the get-go, she's been your real sister for you 100%. It was one of those things where everything kind of made sense, because even the way Sarah and I met each other, for those of you who don't know, it was at a Playlist Live, which was a YouTube convention, a really popular one that used to happen in Orlando every year. This was in like 2016, 2017. We were at like Tina Woods' hotel party. She told me she was having a panic attack. She explained why. I was there for her through it. The rest was history. Even that moment was another clairvoyance moment for me, because I saw her and was just like, there's pretty much my sister in the corner having a panic attack. Like, I don't know this person, but I'm going to go do what like a sister would do and go comfort her. And then here we are all these years later, I find out I have an older sister, and Sarah was there for me every step of the way. The comments that I get about people saying that they have been diagnosed recently with BPD, I looked into BPD and I felt so seen. I experienced so many of those symptoms. Anyways, long story short, I had my first therapy appointment this week and got diagnosed. Crazy, but also so validating, because it explains so much of myself, and it's thanks to you for sharing your story and making me aware of this other diagnosis. So thank you for opening up. That makes me want to start bawling my eyes out right now, knowing that me opening up about that is now a part of someone else's story. Oh my god, that like actually just gave me full body chills, because that's another thing that I sit with myself, and I'm like, is this something I really want to be open with online? Because I so badly don't want it to be a thing. I've become a lot better with handling it in the past year, and I think that's one of the best things that's come from this entire situation. I just can't even believe it's only been a year and like a month since I even found out that I had BPD. I can't believe how long I went undiagnosed. I still wrestle with my feelings about that, and also someone saying the way this probably could have prevented your BPD in some way makes me so mad. That part, dude, I really think this whole blocked/denied intuition thing has been finding its way to your awareness for years. I hope this really makes for a big, wonderful, amazing shift in your life. I've been watching you through the good and the bad for the years, and this twist in your story is just wild. I agree too, because even if you remember my high school diploma story in the way that I saved myself from getting my diploma taken away, I've just had the weirdest fucking instances of shit like this for a really long time now. And it was something that was absolutely bursting at the seams last year. It's giving catalyst into your spiritual awakening and generational healing. 100%. Like, this is not being repeated into another generation. I truly don't think I am going to have kids. Maybe. It's never been something I've had a set timeline for. It's never something I've really dreamed about. Same with marriage. I am on no timeline, and I feel no pressure to do any of the above. If I were to one day create another generation, I will stop at nothing to make sure that this generational stuff stops right here. All this time, Tana has been writing a book. Girl, we need an autobiography expeditiously. I don't really talk about it that much, but I have been writing one since I was 18. Actually, since I moved to Hawaii, I started writing it. In what context will I put it out one day? I have no idea. I might put it out in 20 years when 3 people remember my name. I don't know, but however I decide to like package all of my stories into a book one day, like I am doing it. I always tell my friends, if something ever happens to me, like take my journal entries and put them out there. Somebody straight up commenting, where is Jennifer? I don't know. Great question. Okay, so I've come to notice that whenever I film a video about this topic, I cannot ever do it in one sitting. I like to film it in different parts to also show you guys the different stages of, I don't know, where I'm at with things. This video in particular, I'm trying to figure out necessarily how to wrap this up, but it's not something to be just wrapped up. Like, this isn't something that's like, okay, this is over and done with, but it also kind of is, because one of the other biggest lessons that I've learned from this entire experience is that I used to be somebody who, like, I would always always try to solve every single fucking problem for everybody else because I thought it was my job to. And I didn't learn or notice for a very long time that that wasn't my job, and that's not something that I have complete control over for someone else. It gets to a point. Right before I uploaded that last video, I had unfollowed my niece on Instagram because I'd already been following her for 9 months. And I told you, we went back and forth the day that we were messaging and gave me her number. The conversation kind of died a day or two later when she just like stopped answering. But when I followed her on Instagram, her account was private and I requested to follow her, and she had like accepted it immediately and messaged me back immediately. But she never followed me back. There was a while where I thought it was like an accident. I was like, surely it must be an accident. Some of the people she was following were some people that I was friends with. So I was like, cool, like her and I have things in common. Like we're gonna get along great. Surely she's gonna end up following me. And like, I don't know. I'm happy to see that she follows Tate. You know, I'll take her to a Tate show eventually. It was like one of those things where I got really excited and I got ahead of myself. After she didn't text me back that day, I had responded to a couple of her Instagram stories and commented on a couple posts here and there of some of my niece's kids. But after 9 months, she never followed back. She never texted back. And I never heard from her again other than like when I would respond to a story and she would like the message. And it really got to a point where I was like, I have to stop. Like I have to give up and I need to accept the things that I can't control and the things that I can't change. Am I trying to show up 10 toes down 25 years later? Yes. Has it been 25 years though? Yeah. It has. And with everything that I had worked on in therapy, I think unfollowing her and also putting up the video at the same time and kind of just like giving up in a sense, but giving up more so in a way where I've finally learned, okay, I can't fucking control what this person does. I can't control what these people do. I can't control who texts me back or calls me back. Like I have to actually stop living in the past and stop suffering in this what if mentality or suffering in this nonstop loop of the past, because at some point I need to focus on what is in front of me and what is in the present. And that's something that I had an issue with for a really long time already. Constantly living in the past and not really knowing how to stop that cycle. I think the timing of all of this, I think everything happened for a reason. Do the reasons necessarily make sense right now? No. Have I learned so much in the past year about myself and about my boundaries, my strengths, my weaknesses, things I have to work on, things I love about myself, things that I'm proud of myself about? Am I slowly starting to remember why I have this platform in the first place and why I started to even make videos in the first place? Because of this specific situation? Not specifically, but it has been helping a lot, truly. I do think hitting the 1 year anniversary is another big marker in my healing journey with this and healing journey in general though, because it means I've now officially gone a full calendar cycle. I've gone through every single holiday with this knowledge, and that's brought up a lot of emotions and a lot of triggers, a lot of guilt and a lot of shame, but I don't think anything will ever be as confusing as that first year was either. I was completely lost in grief and confusion. I honestly to this day still haven't seen anybody on my dad's side of the family since I found out about this information. So whether I choose to see them this holiday season or not, because last year was the first year that I didn't, and I really stuck to what I needed to do for myself and how I feel instead of overexerting myself for every single holiday season, especially with flying back and forth across the country. Like I just really kept to myself and stuck by my mom and didn't do the normal shenanigans. I learned a lot in putting my foot down and doing what I needed to do for me. Whether or not I'll do the same again this year, we will see. Only time will tell. I don't know. I guess it's just crazy because this is my first like full year of actually taking care of myself first, while also following my heart and doing things that I need to do for me, or because my heart is telling me to do for others, especially when it came to reaching out in general. That was something that I felt was right, no matter how it ended up going, which obviously nothing happened. Nothing ever came from it. I'm just proud of myself in the way that I wouldn't change a thing from what I did. With every single action that I made revolving this situation, it was all coming from me and not me like playing phone tag with 85 different people getting their opinions on things, on if I should do this or if I should do that or if I shouldn't do that or if I should do that. Like I tuned everybody out after a certain point and was like, what do I need? What do I want to do? How am I gonna move? Don't care what other people think. To actually wrap this video up, I guess what I have to say is Jennifer, definitely still call me. Definitely definitely give me a ring. You're gonna love my voicemail box. I think you're gonna giggle if you reach it. I'll try not to let you reach it, but like if you do, it's like this funny Britney Spears thing. Like, I don't know. You're gonna love it. Or maybe you won't. I don't know. And that's okay. Because you know what? This is just life. And there was another comment that I meant to address too, where somebody was like, the thing that I love about you and Sarah is that you guys are truly just girlies, like going through life and documenting it. And at the end of the day, that's what I started my YouTube to document. This journey has showed me why I love doing that and why it's so important to me and who I am as a person to do, no matter what. It doesn't matter if I'm getting 500,000 views on a vlog because I'm doing something insane, or if I'm getting 20,000 and I'm not doing something as insane. One of y'all that has my phone number was actually texting me this past weekend about something personal that they're going through right now, and they were texting me about one of my reposts on TikTok, and they were like, hey, I don't know if like this was like a repost that you meant to do, but like if you actually have experience in this situation, or if this repost is actually like how you feel, like can I like please vent to you for a second about this, because nobody else I know is going through this. And I was like, oh my god, yeah girl, like absolutely. And it turned into an hour of us just going back and forth and her expressing to me how much everything that I was saying actually helped her, which sometimes I forget that my experiences do have that capability, and that is just magic to me. It makes everything worth it, and it makes everything make sense, because if I can even help one person, that means the fucking world to me. And she even said that she ended up repeating some of the things that I was giving her advice on to her mom, and then her mom was so emotional about what I was saying and my take on what we were talking about that her mom started crying. I was hysterically crying when I got that text. Maybe I'll never have my older sister in my life, but that doesn't mean for a second that I've ever gone through life without sisters. I've had sisters in one way, shape, or form around me for as long as I can remember at this point. My sisters being you guys, being my chosen family, being Sarah. I don't even know where to begin. I don't know where to end. The list goes on. Like, other people's mistakes do not define me. The past doesn't define me, and staying true to myself, doing what I need to do on my own healing journey, while also doing what I love to do the most in this world, aka this. Those are some of the biggest lessons I've learned, and those are some of the most important things to me. So I'm gonna shut the fuck up now. I love you guys so fucking much, and once again, thank you for the response and all the messages. I'm just so grateful for this corner of the internet and for all of us having each other's backs the way we do. Just know I'm always here for you, like you're here for me. Right after I upload this, I'm gonna be spending literally the rest of the day like responding to you guys. So let's chat it up. Let's chat up a storm. Yeah, shit. I don't know. I love you guys. Jennifer, seriously fucking call me.